Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Board YouTube channel for Pick and Roll on a Monday morning where we have a first batch of in-season tournament elimination games. A single elimination challenge here in the NBA should provide some very fun content. We have two very good matchups that we are going to talk about, and there is a free pick that we have available for one of these two games that we're going to get to in just a second here. But it was another profitable week on the channel and on the show. So if you have been cashing in, you have been enjoying the shows, as always, please give us a bit of support by smashing that like button. We've had a ton of these streams get to 100 plus likes. Let's try and do it again today as well. And as always, subscribe to the channel if you're new here for daily shows like this for NBA free picks. So usually Monday is for the big SGP. It is a bit of a smaller slate, so we are going to save the big SGP for when we have the big slate on Wednesday because, it just makes sense to go for the bigger days. And Friday as well, we'll have a bigger day. But only two games on the board today, one of which is the Boston Celtics and the Indiana Pacers. But the other is the game where we do have the official bet for today. It is the Pelicans against the Kings. And we have a lot of options for this one. We have this one available at FanDuel, 365, and ESPN Bet. So wherever you bet, you'll get this. Right now, it's minus 112 at FanDuel. It's plus 100 at Bet365. It is plus 113 at ESPN Bet. It's Jonas Valanciunas, 10-plus points and over 6.5 rebounds, and De'Aaron Fox over 21.5 points. So two numbers on JV, one number on De'Aaron Fox. Let's go to Pips. Honestly, this is two bets that involve JV, but the third one actually also involves JV for his defense, I'd say. But give us the handicap behind this play.
So the first part is obviously JV. I don't know, but somehow his track record against Sabonis is amazing. Last 6 games against Sabonis covered in all 6 and with some additions. So he averaged 15.5 and with 12 rebounds against Sabonis in the last 6 games, playing 27 minutes on average, covered in all 6 of last games. And lately, Sabonis is playing like 35 minutes a game. They will need him to match the Sabonis size. Again, 2 games lately that they played against the Kings, Valanciunas played like 28 minutes in both. First one was a blowout. He was on the way to play 28 minutes. And if you take a look at the historic numbers, like when Jonas is playing JV, when he's playing 24 or more minutes, he covered both of these lines in 90% of the games. Like with minutes, he's always doing great. In this matchup, he's always doing great. This is a big game. His minutes going up. They only have to match Sabonis' size inside. So even though Valanciunas' defense sucks in pick and rolls, he still has the size to defend Sabonis, and I think they will need him inside. But with more minutes for Jonas, for JV, Fox will just thrive. Also, this is a single elimination game, so there is no chance Fox waits for 4 quarters to take over the game. Like, he needs to be very aggressive from the early game. And yeah, they lost the last 2 games against the Pelicans. They played like 2 weeks ago. They lost both games. So I think we'll see De'Aaron Fox being very aggressive from the start. Like, it's always with him. Like, he just needs to be like, he's scoring like almost like 15, 16 average in the second half. The matter of time is like, does he goes heavily into first half? I expect huge minutes. Like, this is even like different environment compared to the playoffs. In playoffs, you have like, you need to win 4 games. Like, this is a single elimination game, and I expect like 40 minutes, 38 plus minutes for Fox. And this line is like, okay, Herb Jones will guard him, yeah, but they will like single coverage in pick and rolls against JV inside. They are Fox to smash. Also, last game against the Pelicans, he played 38 minutes and scored 26 points on below average shooting. So I just think this is a smash spot for both of these guys. And yeah, just looking forward to this playing tournament to see the minutes. But I think we'll see like playoff stuff, like 7-man rotation with heavy minutes into the starters.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We've never had in-season tournament elimination games before. These are regular season games also, but like, how are coaches going to play this one? Are they going to treat it like almost like a game 7 where you're like they shrink the rotation heavily? Are they going to treat it like a normal regular season game? These are going to be some fun things to
I
watch.
I highly doubt anyone treat this as a regular season game. Maybe the first part some teams did, but now that's in the like semis and eliminations, quarterfinals. I think everyone play full minutes and everyone tries now. Like
Okay.
even if some teams won some games like without trying, now they are going to try because like it's a huge money for everyone in the organization. So I think they'll
Yeah,
try hard.
500K each is a nice little addition, and you're this close at this point. You may as well really go for it. These the quarterfinals, semifinals count towards regular season. By the way, the final does not. So that one is going to be, I think, a crazy one. I'm looking forward to that. But all these teams, all four today, are on their way, thinking for themselves, hopefully getting to that point. Let's talk about the other game involved as well. So it's the Celtics and the Pacers. Celtics opened at 5. This one got down to 4.5. Now it's throughout the day has come up to 5.5, favoring the Boston Celtics. Part of that is, of course, the Tyrese Halliburton injury situation. He's questionable, but
That's
this
the
is an
only
interesting one.
reason. Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't have the bet for that game. If Tyrese is out, Boston will
Yeah,
just run through them. Yeah, that's that.
yeah. The what
Like earlier
Halliburton.
this season when they won by 50 easily.
Yeah, Halliburton, when he's playing, the Pacers are the best defense, sorry, the best offense in the NBA. The second best offense in the NBA is whoever's playing against the Pacers because they cannot stop anything, especially a team with size
Yeah,
like the Boston Celtics. So
yeah.
the total in this game is 240. Honestly, like, oh man, sorry, it's 243. That still feels like they can cover this one, but matchup
Yeah.
wise,
But
assuming Halliburton plays, yeah, tell us about the game.
the thing is, if Boston Celtics play this game like it's a playoff game and they toughen up their defense, Pacers will have troubles.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll have troubles.
The spread. I mean, I don't know if the spread is worth playing at 5.5 anymore, but look, I even see some places starting to
I
get
think
to
the
6.
spread should be 5.5, even if Tyrese is playing. So if
Yeah,
he's not playing, it should be like 9.5 at least. So I think it's worth playing, but it's a difficult part because it could be a close game if Tariq is playing, and the way he's playing lately, scoring 40 points without turnovers and 10 assists, it's crazy stuff. But if you compare the teams, like, yeah, but Celtics are just way better team. So for
yeah,
this
that's
like
right.
environment,
That's right. Kind of feel like if there's a shootout here where Pacers games typically go that way, as much as the Pacers are more accustomed to it, like the Celtics are better built for this. This like we can handicap this like a playoff game. Like if we're talking, with Pacers are a fun team, but it comes to playoffs, like okay, when defense starts to matter a little bit more, are they still going to be as strong as this, assuming they get to the playoffs? So yeah, you're shaking your head. I agree. So I think if Halliburton's in, and this and like money immediately comes in on the Pacers, gets them to like 4.5, maybe even this goes to 4. I'm gonna really consider playing the Celtics for this one and in that
I
playoff
honestly don't
mindset.
see it moving towards Pacers at all. Like even if like
Really?
two Halliburtons are playing,
No,
this should
really.
be like
If Halliburton is announced healthy playing, surely like there's some immediate bets on the Pacers. You don't think so?
I don't know. I think this is like the correct line if Tyrese is playing. Like -5.5 should be the line if Tyrese is playing. I think maybe someone knows something that he's playing. There, everyone expect him to
Okay.
play because it's a big game or something. Like maybe -5. Like
Okay.
I think, but
So
I will
so
also
if
smart
if
that
it does move,
every sharp battle will love -5 for Boston.
okay.
I think this is good.
So if the Halliburton news comes in and you immediately see movement going towards the Celtics or going towards the Pacers, then
If I
we
will say
both agree
like
Celtics are a good spot to play.
yeah, I will say even without Porzingis, when the roster shrink to like 6 7 players rotation, Boston Celtics are just going
Yeah.
better to be better because they don't have like depth, but their best 7 players are like
Yeah.
best in the league. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's a point made for playoffs. So thinking about this like a playoff game, I think the Celtics are a really good look here.
Also, when I'm looking at the props, like I like every player from Pacers over, and I like every player from every
Celtics.
player for Celtics over and every player for Pacers under. So that also could tell you like in total how it will go. Like who is
Yeah,
stopping Jason Tatum? Who is
I
stopping Jalen Brown? Like
I
no
guess
one.
once Halliburton is announced in, I think he will be announced in. I think
Yeah,
the assumption is he will play, especially for a big game, like you said, elimination game here. Um, it will. I think it'll be good to see how the markets react to like the Celtics probably going to a 7-man lineup if you think that's going to be the case,
yeah,
because in that case, more minutes for the starters. So like overs may be a good look, as you mentioned, but I guess the
yeah,
same could be. Go ahead.
yeah. I expect Tatum, Drew Holiday, Brown, White to play like 40 minutes tonight.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the numbers. I think it's been adjusted for that at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, the markets have had quite a bit of
I
time to shape
mean,
up here.
at this point, this is like closing line, but like
Yeah,
maybe some things changed in Halliburton, but market opened like 24 hours ago. So
yeah,
it
I agree.
I think I saw Tatum open at 28 and a half on some places.
So
So
he's 30 and a
it's
half.
31 and a half now, like and 30 somewhere.
Yeah,
So yeah, it
FanDuel's
moved
31.
hell. Yeah.
So perhaps the semifinals is where this could be somewhere to look as well. But also, if Tatum blasts this line today, which he certainly can do, then maybe
Yeah.
not anywhere you can look. But let's go to the other game as well. We have the Pelicans and the Kings. You spoke about Fox, you spoke about JV, but overall matchup wise, how do you see this one going down? Because today the Pelicans have taken on some money. When I woke up this morning, the line was +4 for the Pelicans. It's now 3.5, and even some -3 or +3s are on the Pelicans now. What do you think has caused this move, and your thoughts on the matchup?
This is 50-50 matchup. And I would also like to take 4+4 if I had it. Yeah, I think this Pelicans team is pretty good now with Trey Murphy back, CJ McCollum, Ingram, Zion. Yeah, yeah. I just think JV playing amazing this season, and then you have hustlers like for defense: Herb Jones, Tyson Daniels, Najee Marshall. Like you have a bit of everything. Starters are a bit not a great cohesion for defense, but still they are very difficult to defend. And now you have like one pass away, Trey Murphy and Hawkins when Zion is on the ball, or Jonas inside posting up. So it's difficult to defend this team now. Like it's getting like they are legit great offensive team now. So whatever they can do on defense will be like just a plus side note. And they have so many hustlers on this team: Alvarado, Tyson Daniels, Herb Jones, Najee Marshall. Like those guys are pests. So their point of attack defense is great. They're playing drop coverage with big body with JV, so they are praying. Some can miss some shots, and that's it. But I think like they blown out earlier this season. Kings, it was a back-to-back for them, so it was
Yep.
difficult. The next game they played like in regular conditions. 2 days rest for both teams. Pelicans won without CJ, without Trey Murphy. Yeah, I
Okay.
think this will be like a close game. But De'Aaron Fox is the guy, so it will be like
Yes.
if he's getting there, like no one can stop him. So like I think overall maybe lean Pelicans, but Fox is Fox, so I'd say like 50-50 matchup.
And the over under in this one is right now at 237. So we're poised to see two very high scoring games today. And I mean, something to forget about the Pelicans, as much as they struggled at the end of last season to start the season for the first quarter, third of the season, they were a top 2 team in the West. And then injuries have just absolutely killed this team. So right now they're just getting healthy. I think this is a tournament they're really going to feel like they can go win and put something really nice on the resume for this franchise that hasn't really done much since
Yeah,
its inception. But
yeah, I think they will, both teams try very hard in this tournament. These two
yeah,
teams like they will play hard. Like
yeah, the Kings as well. I mean, like,
yeah,
my God, the Kings haven't been good for like 2 decades. If they obviously they came
yeah,
around last year, doing well this year, but so this is a big deal. Both fan bases would love to have this. Both sets of players would love to have this as well. We'll go back for a couple of the comments here from the Celtics game. Something I've mentioned from Dave Clark is that Indiana played well against Miami when they didn't have Halliburton earlier. It's been a weird trend in the NBA for the last year and a half, I'd say, with the best player getting injured and like it not really affecting the spread as much as it should. That's been consistent. there's been conversations. Is that down to like the guys trying harder, or is it a different game plan the other team is not adjusting to? What do you think like the big reason for that is, Pips, that you see weird outcomes when a star player is out injured?
I mean, like if you look at this example, I don't think that's a good example. Sorry for just not agreeing with the comment. But earlier this season, Halliburton was out. They lost by 50 from the Celtics. And last game, yeah, they won against the Miami Heat. But Miami Heat without Tyler Hero, without Bam Adebayo, like they had like Orlando Robinson, Kyle Lowry, Highsmith, and Duncan Robinson playing in the
That's fair.
starting five. Yeah, I like tough. Like that's tough. And also they had tremendous shooting. Like Obi Toppin shot 4 from 5 from 3. Like crazy stuff. So I mean, so when there is not Tyrese Halliburton, they had Nemhard and TJ McConnell running the play. So like these guys are very good NBA players. So like they are not even close to scoring wise to Tyrese Halliburton, but playmaking wise, they are pretty good, especially TJ McConnell. Like you can respect his 3-point shot, but he can like organize the game like very well. He had 11 assists in that game, double with 20 points, which is crazy, insane stuff. TJ McConnell showing up with 20 and 11 when Halliburton is out. That's crazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
the Pacers have the depth. Like they have like solid 10 to 11 players that can like every night someone else shows up. But yeah, Miami Heat was without their 2 best players. So
That's fair enough. Question here from Deutsch World about Horford and in the very high paced game with the Pacers here. Do you think Horford will be able to sustain that level?
yeah, as I said, I expect everyone from the starters to play big minutes, but this is not a game where you can play Horford big time minutes. And whenever Miles Turner is not playing, I think they will go small. So
Okay.
yeah, you can't play
Interesting.
Horford for like 30 minutes, more than 30 minutes. I think in this pace, but we'll see.
So yeah, we'll see how they cope. What's been planned there. All right. Those are the breakdowns of games. Let's go to the previous day's bets. It was on the Friday. We had a winner on the Magic. We went back to Banchero, who covered this before the end of the first half, I believe. Go figure, after we lost on him the game before. The Magic barely get over the line on the spread. The alternate spread, we had 3.5. They win by 5 points. They missed some free throws late, but it doesn't punish us. So that was the winner. The losing bets were on Jakob Pertl. He is the loser he's the one leg that loses on the big SGP, and his rebounds and assist line also goes over very late on in this game. Let's go to the winning play first. What was different about this one for Banchero, where he broke out scoring wise, and how did the Wizards keep this one so close?
Not much to say about it. Just a bit more aggressive, Banchero, and Wizards shooting over 50% from 3. Like they're the only difference, almost like
All right.
the Wizards couldn't miss. Like every shot was going in. He did some crazy shots, and Kuzma was playing amazing. Like, and it's not a thing anymore. Like he's playing great almost every game so far for the Wizards. Like he's by far their best players, and he did great in this game. Banchero was just more aggressive and like he easily scored over this line. So yeah, that's can't say much about it. Like when this terrible to I mean, like playing against the Wizards is always like weird game, like weird game environment. And Jake, I don't know, like you watch the full game. Like I can leave you with
Oh,
that to
Pertl.
you to
Yeah.
tell again Jacob.
Well, like obviously, like yeah, the box out of Robinson was key there, but I mean, he was just devouring the glass. Like he was so aggressive and rebounding, and for rebounding, like stuff just falls your way. From the assist handicap, like I think he may have gotten. I actually turned off the game with 2 minutes left. I thought he finished with 12 rebounds and assists, which also would have been a loss, but I don't think he got an assist in this game, so that was on point.
He had 1 assist last possession before
Okay,
shutdown.
so the game was done at that point. But like I spoke about on stream, I said when we did this, I said the first play of the game, they're going to look for a Pirtle lob inside to Barnes. Hopefully, New York read it. They did read it. He had to kick out. However, they overread it, and he had to kick to Siakam for an open three. Thankfully for the bet, not thankful for my team, but he missed. But yeah, I mean, it just the rebounding here was very aggressive. got it early. Toronto didn't commit to going small, so this one just pushes over in the end. But I mean, the
Yeah,
handicap on the big SP was good.
yeah, like I think he played like 3 minutes without Robinson on the floor and got like 4 rebounds in that
Yeah,
period.
there was that one
It was
stint as
insane.
well.
Like 3 straight possessions, and Robinson comes in like press that ball next. Like
Yeah, and there was some plays where Pirtle would box out Robinson, and Robinson would just reach over him and still
and
get the
also
rebound.
he got I think like 2 or 3 rebounds with just tipping like
Yeah,
going
he has
for it and
those.
tipping it, and they gave it to him. Like they usually don't do it, but like it's okay. Like I mean we lost, so
Yeah,
like
we lost
can't
it,
complain.
but a slight losing day because of the big SGP loss as well. But overall, oh, you want to add something in
No,
that was the
I
only
just
leg we
like we
lost.
lost 2 bets on the same guy. Like
Yeah,
yeah, it sucks. Yeah.
But it was a profitable week, up just under 2 units on the week. So it's been tons of success on the show this season. The full record on the season is that the show is up 18 units overall on the season. That's 10 units on the season. We're only a quarter of the way into the season. So we hope to keep on going like this. If you guys are riding with, as always, subscribe to the channel. If you like what you saw from today's episode, please make sure you have smashed that like button. There is a free play that we have today that we'll recap just a second here, but we want to shout out here MT Ingresso watching from Brazil. Thank you so much for the support. Pick and Roll is all over the world. I'm in North America. Pips is in Europe, but I'm in Canada. We got American viewers, South American viewers, everything. So thank you, everybody who does support us and what we do on the channel. Okay, the one pick we have for today is in the Pelicans and Kings game. It's a -112 SGP at FanDuel, which we'll track it at. But if you have 365, play it there at +100. If you have ESPN bet, play it there at +113 when we gave it out. But it's JV, Jonas Valanciunas, 10+ points, over 6.5 rebounds, and De'Aaron Fox over 21.5 points on the 3-leg SGP. Because it's a small slate, no big SGP Monday, but the big slate on Wednesday does favor a big SGP. So tune in this week for all the shows that we have. More in-season tournament betting tomorrow. Big SGP, big slate on Wednesdays and Fridays. And we're back also for in-season stuff on Thursday as well. So thank you, everybody. Me and Pips are back here same time tomorrow. We hope to see you there on Pick and Roll.